Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Thank you for joining me. Today, we have the FN Reflex MRD versus the Canik MC9. These are two of the most talked about Micro 9 compact pistols currently. The MC9 has been out a little longer, and the FN Reflex MRD is just hitting the shelf. So we're getting calls every day for people wanting to compare, ask our opinion, which one's better, what they should buy. So today, we're gonna break down the pluses and minuses of each one of these pistols and give you our honest opinion on which one we think is the better Micro 9 pistol. All right guys, let's start this by breaking down the size and weight. So the FN Reflex is 18 point something ounces, right around 19 ounces, whereas the Canik is right at 21 ounces. So there's 2 ounces difference, but in all honesty, it's very minimal. Size-wise, they're essentially the same size. You can see the Canik is a little taller than the Reflex, mainly through the trigger guard there, but and all other purposes they're really close. Both are right at 1 inch or so. So size-wise, they're both in that Micro 9. Great concealability. You can't go wrong with either one of them size-wise. So let's go to the mag capacity. And when you go to the mag capacity on the MC9, you get a 12 round and a 15 round magazine. On the FN, you get 11 or a 15 round mag. So a lot of people are saying on the Reflex, they wish they had a 13 round mag for it, which I don't necessarily disagree, but then you could say the same thing about why they put a 12 in the Canik and not a 13. In my honest opinion, both of them are very capable mag capacity wise. If you want to run a 15 round mag, you're good to go. And then for concealed carry, I'd be fine with 11 or 12, so I don't think that's really a mute point there. Both of them, because this is the MRD version of the Reflex, both of them are cut for an optic, so you can run your optics of choice, so they're about the same there. Where these really start going apart for me is when it starts getting to features and ergonomics. Just in my personal opinion, the Canik feels way better in your hand and has better ergonomics and feel than the Reflex has. The sights on the MC9 aren't bad, they're just traditional white dot sights, but this orange front sight and the sights that this FN Reflex has are just probably some of the better stock sights I've seen in a long time, and I'm a super fan of the stock sights on it. So when it comes to sights, the Reflex definitely wins. However, then we go back to more features. Nowadays, in my opinion, if you cut out ambi controls, you know, I'm a left-handed shooter, there's a lot of left-handed shooters out there, you're cutting out 15% of the shooters and people that are buying these pistols. So when it comes to features, the MC9 is fully ambidextrous, whereas the Reflex is not. You can swap the mag release, but that's it. You don't have a slide release or anything like that. So when it comes to features and just shootability, I think the MC9 wins as well. As far as triggers go, they both have a good trigger. I've shot about, 500 rounds through the Reflex and I'm about to 2,000 or so rounds on the MC9. And they both have good triggers, but the MC9 is definitely better with a way better reset. So you can see how fast that reset is. Well, now if you look at this, watch how far that reset comes out. I mean, it's just almost painfully long. So when it comes to triggers, the MC9 definitely wins. They both have rails for them, which doesn't really matter to me in this Micro 9 category, as I don't really carry with any lights. But the MC9 has a full rail, where this just has a 1-slot rail, so this will limit your light options a little bit more than what you could on the MC9 if you're into lights at all. When it comes to reliability, both of these pistols have been amazing for me personally. The Canik MC9, has had some problems with some of their guns, but you can say that about any gun that's ever come out. As far as I'm aware, Canik has fixed those issues, and all the new ones are coming out just fine. But when they first came out, people were having some failures and different things. I personally bought this gun brand new with my money. Like I said, I'm at 2,000 rounds with never a hiccup in it, so it's been 100% reliable to me. But I just want to note that there has been some issues with it. The FN Reflex has also been 100% reliable for me. I've shot about 500 rounds through it with no problem, so I definitely don't have the round count through it that I do on the MC9. But the other thing about the Reflex is it hasn't been out long enough for people to really find the issues or all these problems, if any, be reported like the Caniks have. So you got to kind of take that as a grain of salt there. Overall, FN makes a super reliable pistol, so I don't think that's a problem. I think they're both going to be very reliable for you. When it comes to shootability, they both shoot very well, in all honesty. The real difference comes down to the triggers. The trigger makes this MC9 shoot a little better. However, if you're not running an optic and just running them stock sights like these are, the Reflex sights are way better, so it makes target acquisition better. So it's kind of a back and forth swap when it comes to shootability. Where these really break down for me, like I said, would be the ergonomics. The feel of the MC9 is way better, in my opinion. Plus you add the ambi controls and the better trigger. But then on top of that, you put the price point to it. You're talking about a $400 gun to a $600 gun. That's a big difference for most people. So when it really comes down to it, in my honest opinion, I think the MC9 is a way better pistol and definitely a better value for your dollar. Not saying that the Reflex isn't a bad gun. I actually like it a lot. There's just a few things that if you're going to be late to the game, kind of like FN is on this, I think I'd be out to beat everyone, and not having ambi controls and some of the things that they haven't done just kind of limit them. And then you put a price point when a lot of these guns like the Canik you can get for $400 or $500, and then you're up to $600. Well, this gun better have more features or something drastically better for people to justify the extra $200 over an MC9 or one of the other options out there. So I don't know, those are just my personal opinions on it. Definitely please leave comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, everybody has different opinions. One other thing I will note real quick before I forget, the MC9 is a striker fired gun, where the FN Reflex is an internal hammer fired. So that also makes them shoot a little different, but to the normal consumer that really doesn't matter. But I just wanted to bring it up. But definitely leave comment section below. I'm curious to see what you think. I think no matter what, both of these are going to be great pistols and great sellers for both of these companies. But if it was me and my money, I would definitely go with the MC9. Thank you guys for watching us. If you need anything, definitely reach out. You can always reach us at support@muddyrivertactical.com, or go check out all of our holsters at muddyrivertactical.com. If you need any holsters, we're always here to help with holsters, concealed carry, tips, or just anything along your way that we may be able to help. Definitely don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.